It's been a while since I did the how to scream tutorial, and since a lot of people were asking in the comment section, today's vocal lesson is going to be how to pitch scream. So, get your jug of water ready and let's jump in. So first things first, you always want to make sure that you're stretched and warmed up for the day before you do any kind of screaming or any kind of vocals for that matter. So I'm going to leave a link right here. If you haven't seen the last video, check it out. It's my regime and it's what I do every time I do vocals. So a lot of you might be thinking pitch screaming is screaming but with notes. So if I learn to sing and if I learn to scream, I can put them together and that will be pitch screaming. But unfortunately, it's a lot more difficult than that. And they do share similarities and techniques, both in screaming and singing, but it's not the exact same. So today I'm going to show you the tips that I do and like the facial movements, the muscles I'm activating, as well as like the thought process and technique. I'm going to use the melody of a song that I put out earlier when I tried using AI to write lyrics.
We're trapped in a nightmare, run along, God, with no end in sight, with no one to be.
A lot of your screaming is coming from your full body, believe it or not. So your back is getting integrated, your stomach, your chest, your lungs and diaphragm area. And I've said in other videos to replace the idea of your throat with the back of your neck. When we think of screaming with our throat, a lot of times we can cause problems and we think that the sound is coming from our throat where it's really coming from everywhere else. And the only thing we're really doing with our throat is kind of closing and opening it up and moving our Adam's apple up and down depending on what kind of vocal we're trying to do. Basically, what you want to do is use the uvula, which is the skin at the top of your mouth. And by changing your inflection and by changing your emphasis on different parts of your uvula, you can change the pitch as well as how nasally or full body something sounds. Check out the other video. It's kind of like flexing. Try to flex the top of your mouth. It's really strange, but try to flex it. And like I oftentimes will have to go kind of open my mouth a little bit. With pitch screaming, there's two kind of facial things that I'm doing before I even do any kind of note. And first thing is that I notice that my whatever muscles they are in my face here, I kind of do this. A lot of it is like raising this section here and putting a little bit of tension in it. And for some reason, it helps get the note out. Where? Kind of like that. So at the same time as doing this, I'm also flexing my uvula, which is that skin at the top of my mouth. So going like that, and you almost feel it like dropping. So to recap, screaming in general, all of the air is coming from your torso, I guess. It's coming from your stomach, your chest, your diaphragm, your back, and then it's all getting pushed through your mouth, going through your throat, not affecting the sound with your throat, but with the other sections of your mouth. So let me just do a quick recap. So normally I do my whole warm up and then my first initial scream of the day will be my singing note, going from a comfortable level, raising it up, and then adding my distortion. If you haven't seen how to add distortion, check out this video right here. It's a short one, just shows you what I do. Hey! And again, you're not using your throat. It's kind of just coming through your whole body. And then I'm using my uvula to depict where I want the emphasis to be and where I want the pitch emphasis to be. Hey! So with the low one, I use more of the back of my uvula and also push my Adam's apple down a little bit. And again, that's me. You can see like I lower the Adam's apple down and the uvula action is back here as opposed to up here. And then with the highs, it's kind of the opposite. It's right up there. Yeah! As well as closing your throat just a little bit. Take a little sip of water as I don't dehydrate.
Whoa, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
I'm not a good singer at all, to be completely honest. I'm a terrible singer. But the techniques are the exact same as with screaming. You're going to use a lot of your stomach, your back, and very little amount of your throat. So today's episode, I'm going to use the melody of a song that I put out earlier when I tried using AI to write lyrics. There's a video right here if you haven't seen it.
A poison deep to the veins, a cure promised but not given, a cycle of profit and pain at the expense of the living.
And I'm gonna just go over that melody, and the lyric here was "We're trapped in a nightmare." So this is the melody here. In a nightmare,
We're trapped in a nightmare.
so as you can see, my cheeks go up. I'm flexing the top of my uvula just to help project the note itself.
We're trapped in a nightmare.
It's different than screaming. Screaming, I don't feel like I have to do this and like flex the top as much. It's to like constrain almost the air a bit without closing my throat and finding as many ways as I can to not hurt my throat.
We're.
So you can see the difference. I'll try just saying the first word, we're, and I'll go through with my normal screaming approach and try to scream the note and then scream the note with this whole weird face and flexing that I do. So,
We're trapped. We're trapped.
and it just, you can hear a drastic difference. Just, it sounds more singy and it sounds more cut through the mix when you do this whole thing. And yeah, it's basically just constraining the note and constraining the things that you can constrain without constraining your throat. So again,
We're trapped in a nightmare.
and literally like, it's all coming from flexing the top there. The technique of screaming from the past episodes, I'm not going to go into the whole technique here. You can check out that other one. And you mix those two as well as this, and you get a drastically different pitch and different tone.
We're trapped. We're trapped.
And then you can also get creative. So you can mix the whole technique. So the first word on this example, I'll try. The first word, I'll do the whole facial thing. Second word, since it's a lower pitch, I'll go more with my normal scream approach, where it sounds less cut through the mix, but more, I don't really know, full, I guess. So instead of,
We're trapped.
I'll try,
We're trapped. We're trapped. We're trapped.
so the more time and the more effort and the more techniques that you learn, you can start to mix them, and going in and out of those kind of techniques also help when you're doing a melody that's kind of all over the place. Like for example, that's not a semitone, that's a 5-note, like 5 semitone difference. So when you're singing or screaming melodies that are more than just a semitone or like a tone, it helps to change those techniques up, like I just said and did. Idiot. The more you practice them, you won't get those dips and those voice cracks. You'll just nail the mix, nail the scream. Drink water. The only thing that I can't really teach you is how to get better at singing, other than singing every day. It sucks, and especially when you're not good at singing like I am, not good at singing, it gets really unmotivating, if that's a word, if that's the word. Dismotivating? Non-motivating? It's non-negotiable. It's non-motivational. Yeah, when you suck, it's just not motivating to sing, and then you feel like you're doing okay, and you listen back, you're like, I'm terrible. But basically, you sing more and more every day, you'll get better at it. And this technique, it only really comes through if you can learn to sing notes a little bit better. Obviously, you can pitch scream, and you can get like single notes, or you can do what's very popular, like the whole,
Yeah.
it's easy to do those semitones, it's easy to do one note, it's tough to do melodies. And I'm working on it, I'm not perfect at it. Takes me a couple takes and then I usually have to comp. But this is the whole technique. So yeah, I hope that helps. And I wish you good luck on your journey, and don't give up, because it's easy to hear yourself and think I suck, but it's a lot more productive to listen to what you sounded like a year ago or listen to what you sounded like a month ago, and just make sure that you're making progress. It doesn't matter if you're amazing right now. If you're better than you were a month ago and you can hear the difference, keep going, because you're already winning. It's not a technique that comes right overnight. This took me a long time to figure out, and there weren't videos on this when I was trying to look for it years ago. There's quite a few videos on it now, but I don't feel like the videos have captured what helps me do it. So I hope that what helps me pitch scream helps you pitch scream. I hope you found this all useful. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really makes a difference in the algorithm as I try to grow this channel. I can make more videos if I have more of a reason to make more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.